are the investors of the final pitch. Hello, investor judges.
Hi, John.
Almost 1 year ago to this day, the world saw itself at a standstill. Manila was in total lockdown. The world did not know what hit it. We were all devastated with our brothers, our sisters who have fallen. And this was a generational crisis that changed the rest of our lives forever. But we all know that from great crisis also stems great opportunities. And we find ourselves now at the cusp of generational opportunities as well. This is the final pitch. And you, as our investor judges, have a unique opportunity to find the next big thing, not just in business, but in shaping the way we live our lives as global citizens after this pandemic. So Vince, you've openly expressed more than a few times your desire to hopefully build or venture build the Philippines' first unicorn. You've come here to the final pitch with that in mind. What are your expectations for the ones who will be pitching to you on the show?
Thank you, John. So the first thing is basically to identify that talent, to spot that high potential talent that we're going to make a hero. So by doing that one, we're going to provide an unfair advantage of Globe Telecom. In Globe Telecom, we have more than 80 million subscribers and 150,000 corporate clients to sell to. The qualities that we're basically looking at is someone with grit and with entrepreneurial spirit. Someone, again, who really loves solving that problem, because we strongly believe that if you're obsessed with a problem, you don't give up and you try to make it work.
Lee Hao, you've been in quarantine for 2 weeks. You flew in from Singapore. You've been tasked to lead the business for FWD here in the Philippines. And you've been doing this quite uniquely as someone who's new in the organization here in the country. Last year, you came in and then there was the lockdown. How have you been leading the team and moving forward, coming into the show? What are your expectations for the ones who will also likely be part of that team, or you supporting that team as well in the future?
John, I think coming into the pandemic, it's critical to know your objective and your priorities. So for me, number one is the safety of our customers and our staff. Next is to continue to make sure that our operations run smoothly 24/7, and that's where we have an advantage from our digital DNA. And thirdly, it's really to make sure that we keep the Bayanihan spirit alive, because we are in the business of saving lives. And so this is a real test of leadership, this is a real test of our caring or malasakit spirit. When I look into this program, I look for entrepreneurs that have similar-minded mission to save, to protect, to bring a better recovery for Filipinos with a very clear commercial plan and also a good team with passion. That's what I'm looking for.
John Jay, Union Bank is a legacy business, UBX, which you put up. You were employee number one. You were tasked to digitize the company, but more than that, you were responsible for spearheading the march towards a more digital economy, fintech being the path that you've chosen. Now with Union Bank, UBX is relatively new, but you have trailblazed in that aspect of the banking business. What does the future hold for Union Bank? And with your participation here, how do you see the entrepreneurs, the startups coming here, working with you, moving forward?
John, I think if this pandemic has taught us one thing, it's how quickly consumer behaviors can change. And businesses have had to adapt It is definitely in to be on. And even though it's rather unfortunate circumstances, this truly is, for example, a golden age of e-commerce in the Philippines, if not in the world. So we're looking for entrepreneurs, for founders, for ideas that accelerate how we respond to this change in consumer behaviors. We believe that digital is also the great equalizer. We are definitely looking for talent, for entrepreneurs, and for ideas that share our mission of providing opportunity and access for all.
Now, Joel, in previous seasons, you were our reliable mentor. You've been there through thick and thin for a lot of our entrepreneurs on the show. This time around, you are an investor judge. There's more at stake, and I know more support is coming their way with your participation here. What is different this time around, and how are you going to be helping the struggling entrepreneurs who are out there just trying to get by one day at a time?
Thanks, John. You know, the pandemic has changed all our lives. The first damage that the pandemic did were businesses who did not have any online presence. If they didn't have anything in e-commerce, they would have been badly hit in the pandemic. And just like us as a school, we had to pivot. THEMS International pivoted beyond just education and training. We are now an e-commerce hub. So we'd really like to help all of these micro and small entrepreneurs go online, but if they are already online, we'll help them grow online. So with those two things, that's what I want to contribute in helping really our micro and small move from surviving to thriving during this pandemic. And we'll provide them the resources they need beyond training. There's warehousing, there's tech support, and even a co-working space just to be able to give them all of the resources they need. Because now THEMS International Business School is also an e-commerce hub.
Well, that's what we're here to do. It's to make a difference, and in the next 3 days, we hope to be able to achieve that with your help. And right now, I'm telling you, we have lined up an incredible group of entrepreneurs, innovators, startups, inventors, people with great ideas. And those ideas, hopefully, will be the next big thing that will help us rise from this pandemic. So, investor judges, if you're ready, the final pitch begins now.